Hello, hello, and welcome back to another Chris McPherson Show live watch along some NBL action for the third night in a row. And we are all set for a clash between the Cairns Taipans and the New Zealand Breakers. And I tell you what, this is a mouth-watering clash. We've got two of the best, I should say, bigs in the game. Sam Wardenberg and Sam Menenga going together. They're going to go toe-to-toe. They're going to lock horns for the first time this season. Menenga's back on the court. Menenga's on the court. Wardenberg is back on the court, and we are ready to rock and roll. Wardenberg came back from injury last week, and the Taipans will be hoping he can continue to improve his form and build in with his match fitness. And as we know, Menenga has been a key cog in the Breakers' resurgence this season, and they have clashed in the off-season already in Puerto Rico, so they'll be very familiar. We've also seen the best of Rob Baker in recent weeks. He's continuing to build, and he's going to go toe-to-toe with Jack McVeigh tonight. So that's going to be another great matchup. Looking forward to seeing what we can from here. In terms of the lineups for the teams coming in, Isaiah Liafa's out for the season. Max Starling still out of action, and Rob Lowe will be away as well for New Zealand. Alex Higgins-Titcher is out for the Taipans. Rain Smith still a little way away, and we're just waiting on confirmation. Mojave King was a game-by-game decision tonight, so we'll wait and see what the starting fives are confirmed. But one thing is, Perry Coppinen will be looking to get that big man in Sam Menenga going, working on him, and then freeing up Parker, Jackson, Cartwright. But PJC versus Andrew Andrews is going to be another great clash as well. This is a good one. Looking at where these two teams sit on the ladder, you could be forgiven for thinking 7th, playing 10th, not a lot on the line, not a lot really going on. You need them to win the first quarter. Hey, Ruin, good to have you. Hopefully they can for you. We'll be cheering them on for you. They can win it. They should win it. Whether they do win it is another question. I've got them coming in as slight favourites on this one, as do the bookies, I think, from memory. But, 7th versus 10th. New Zealand are nipping at the heels of Tasmania. They're only one game behind Tasmania in 6 in the last of those play-in places. So they'd won 3 in a row before the last match. They've dropped one now. Time to bounce back. We'll see how we get along. If you're just joining us for the first time, make sure to give the video a like. Get involved in the comments, exactly like Ruin's done. And hit subscribe. Nice and easy like that. We're trying to grow this platform, covering plenty of NBL over the Christmas and New Year period as the season continues to heat up. This is our third night in a row. Had a doubleheader last night. It was great. Plenty of people getting involved. But let us know where you're watching from in the comments too, Ruin. Where are you tuning in from, mate? That'd be great to have you engaged in the chat. But we are absolutely getting set for a stoush here. We know the love lost between these two. New Zealand trying to nip at the heels of Tasmania for that last play-in spot. Cairns trying to keep their play-in hopes alive and drag themselves off the bottom of the ladder. A win here would pull them level with the Brisbane Bullets. The Bullets head to the Phoenix on tomorrow night, actually, Saturday night. They will take on the Phoenix, who we saw in action last night, snatching a win against all odds against the Perth Wildcats in one of the more ordinary games of basketball, I'm going to be honest, that I've seen. I was going to say in recent memory, but just in memory. So poor, the three-point shooting. It was absolutely wild. You couldn't believe it, but there it was. 43 or 45 missed three-point shots. Bizarre. Hard to understand, hard to comprehend. But that's how it was tonight. Hopefully something much better. Had an overtime game the night before. So, we've been dished up some treats in recent games. The NBL's been really good to us. Every now and then it's going to dish up to use a basketball shooting parlance, a brick. But we are set. We are tuning in to Cairns and New Zealand. Good to have you all there. PYC, first quarter W1. I'm not sure what that means, but let us know. Good to have you with us either way. As I said, if you're jumping on, love it if you hit like and subscribe. Get involved in the comments. Let us know where you're watching from. About 5 minutes from tip-off by my numbers. Getting really set for it. There'll be plenty more basketball action coming over the next few days. We're going to take a break after tonight's game. We're going to have a couple of nights off at this stage. Might pop in for a little cameo over the weekend, depending on what's happening, but not planning it at this stage. And then we'll be into it next week, Monday and Tuesday night, as we lead into Christmas. There are games of NBL every day, all the way through until Monday the 5th of January. and then they'll be back at it again on the 7th. So just a little one-day break. We've got the two Kiwi big boys going together head-to-head tonight. Sam Wardenberg, Sam Menenga, both Auckland-born, and they are going to really get it together. 82 games for Sam Wardenberg, 73 games for Sam Menenga. These two have got the pride of New Zealand written all over them. But tonight, Menenga will be doing his best to represent New Zealand, while Wardenberg will want to lift up the colours of the Taipans. The Snakes are in the building, and they need a win to get off the bottom of the ladder. And with Menenga coming into town, Wardenberg's going to be up for it, up against this New Zealand side, alongside the likes of Jack McVeigh. And this is going to be a cracking clash. So stay tuned, stay here, get ready for a big game. Let's have a look at how those starting fives are shaping up. Starting with Cairns, and it will be Mojave King. He's fit to go. Jack McVeigh, Andrew Andrews, Kyron Galloway, and Sam Wardenberg, their captain. And for the New Zealand Breakers, Karim Lopez, their next star, Sam Menenga, Parker Jackson Cartwright, Isaiah Brockington, and Rob Baker II. They are two very good lineups for teams that are sitting outside the play-in berth. So can't wait for this one to get underway. Not long now. Stay with us, tune in along the way, and let us know what you're backing, where you're watching from. Just get involved in those comments. There's a friendly bunch usually on here. Always a friendly bunch on here. Also, let us know. We had some people making some suggestions on how we might be able to improve the coverage later on in the season and as we go forward. Always open to those suggestions as well. Can't guarantee that we'll implement them, but I'll take them on board and see what works. Not long now till tip-off. Just under 30 seconds. We've got a snake mascot, which is very confusing to me because that snake's got legs. That doesn't make sense at all. Anyway, I think I'm being a bit too picky. Just about set for tip-off. Cairns just one win from their last 5. The Breakers 3 from their last 5. And the last 10 times they've clashed, a 9-1 lean to New Zealand. They've got the wood over these guys. And they're doing it well. They're waiting for tip now. Wardenberg and Menenga walk to the centre circle. They face off, the two big boys. Sam v Sam. Auckland-born man versus Auckland-born man. It is toe-to-toe. And they are ready to rumble. BJC and Mojave King. The high fives, the handshakes, they're all happening. They're set for tip-off here. It's game on. Friday night hoops. Actually, going to be Baker in the middle. Going up. Game on here in the first quarter. PJC on the ball. Sweeping around, swung back. 3-point shot. Rob Baker opens the scoring for the visitors. Good start for New Zealand. That's what you want to see, Ruin. Now Andrew Andrews sweeping around. Galloway leaves his 3-pointer short. PJC takes the rebound. Drives into the lane, swings it back. Lopez. Will step over, crossover now. Back to Parker Jackson Cartwright, deep outside 3-point territory. Steps into the paint. Creates a bit of misdirection. Gets himself a 2. A minute gone, they lead 5-0. Good start for the Breakers. We just know these games ebb and flow. Wardenberg working in a little combo. Spins into the paint, but we've got a foul on Baker. Looking like a dangerous little duo there. Wardenberg and McVeigh working in tight quarters. Getting their points straight up the Taipans. They don't muck about from there. 5-2. A minute 23 on the clock now. Ticks down. PJC drives into the paint. Swings wide. Wardenberg to PJC. Lopez sets a half screen. Brockington's wide on the right. They go back to Menenga. Menenga into the paint. Gets it up and over the top of Wardenberg. Back to a 5-point lead for the Breakers. Andrew Andrews working it around. McVeigh calls for it. He goes to Wardenberg. Wardenberg outside the 3-point line. McVeigh driving into the lane under traffic. There's 3 defenders there. He gets the foul and the bucket. So it'll be 2 and 1 free throw. McVeigh goes to the line for the first free throw of the game. Last time he took on the Breakers, he put up 35 points, including 5 3-pointers, and added 7 rebounds as well. Gets us back to a 2-point margin. 2 minutes gone. Great to have you all with us. If you're just tuning in for the first time, make sure to give the video a like, hit subscribe, get involved in the comments. Don't be shy. MA, here we go. Yeah, none of that. That was nonsense last night. Good to have you back, though, my friend. PJC, nice little jumper there. They've already equaled some of those quarters that we saw last night, MA. 2 minutes 20 gone, and they're already up to 9 points, the Breakers. Andrew Andrews off for Wardenberg. Kyron Galloway returns it to Wardenberg. He crashes the lane, goes in, doesn't drop. Lopez the rebound. Lopez sweeps around to the 45 on the left wing. Gives it to Menenga. Menenga crosses over. He's up against McVeigh, backing into the post. Pushes him off, goes up top. Menenga too strong. 6-point game. Breakers are off to a good start here. Rewan, it's looking good for you. Well, there is Kyron Galloway getting an open pass from Andrew Andrews and taking it down for the dunk. 3 minutes and 15 gone in the first quarter. Galloway dispossesses PJC, but the ball goes out of play. Working it in. We've got a foul drawn. Brem Lopez has been fouled. Inbound ball for the Breakers from the offensive baseline. And wave it away. PJC, they're going to say the ball didn't touch anyone else before he took possession of it after he inbounded it. There we go. So you've got to re-establish himself inbounds after the ball contacts. And now he's fouled. Andrew Andrews. I don't know whether the coach's challenge. Keep calling it captain's challenge. That's the rugby league. 11-7, 6:27 on the clock. Yeah, New Zealand Breakers are a good team. They just haven't quite delivered at that point yet, MA. So we'll see if they can deliver that tonight. Jack McVeigh for a little jumper from the free throw line. Makes it good. 2-point game. Now PJC going to work. Drives it in towards the edge of the lane, swings it back. Menenga muscles his way into the paint and draws the foul as well as hitting the bucket. He'll go to the free throw line, 5:55 on the clock. He's just such a presence. Got the mismatch with Kyron Galloway. This Galloway was just reversing out. They couldn't reverse fast enough. Got all caught up. Great to have you all tuning in. Let us know where you're watching from. Wasn't pretty, but Menenga makes the free throw. He's already up to 7 points. Sam Menenga. Ken, how are you? Good to have you with us. Where are you tuning in? Where are you joining us from? Galloway going up over the top. Just couldn't get there. Ruben Tarangi's out there for the Breakers, as is Ty Webster. Mid-season signing for New Zealand. Webster with a little jumper, just turn away and takes it. Get a check straight out as well, Webster. And Cairns are going to take a timeout. Pennsylvania, the US of A. Good to have you with us, Ken. Was it about 3, nearly 4 a.m. in the morning in Pennsylvania, my friend? Good to have you with us, though. Make sure to give the video a like and subscribe, guys. Trying to grow this, trying to hit 600 subs early in the new year. And onwards and upwards from there. We keep bringing you, the more subs we get, the more basketball we bring you. More other sports we bring you too. Lots of content coming. 16-9. The visitors are leading. 5:27 on the clock in this first quarter. So not quite halfway through the first quarter. Jack McVeigh and Sam Menenga both 7 points on the board already. Quite impressive when you think the Cairns have only scored 9. McVeigh's got 7. Harvey King's got a bucket as well. PJC's on 4. That's about all she wrote. Cairns 0 rebounds so far. Then again, New Zealand are shooting at 100%, 7 from 7. That's not going to sustain, you wouldn't think. Friday night hoops coming to you from Cairns Convention Centre. Taipans primed to try and drag themselves off the bottom of the ladder, but not off to a flying start. Hey, mate, good to have you from Thailand. Sriracha like the sauce. There you go. As the Breakers break away. What time is it in the Thailand? It must be the middle of the afternoon. 3:45. Maybe you got your feet up somewhere nice. I don't know, whenever I think of Thailand, I just assume people are in resorts sipping cocktails. I know that's not what everyone's doing there. It's just what I do when I go there. Good to have you joining us. Great to have people all around the world tuning in to the coverage of the NBL. As Menenga shoots a 3 that only just clipped the backboard. There's a miss for New Zealand. You knew it had come. Taipans now trying to go to work. Foul drawn by Wardenberg. The young gun big will go to the line. Isaiah Brockman going to check back in. The Breakers. Foul called on Ruben Tarangi. PJC takes a breather. 4:44 on the clock. 16-9. Wardenberg to the line. Doesn't get the first one. No good. 3:47 p.m. Nice Friday afternoon. Wardenberg gets his second. Gets him to double digits. That's what MA is looking for. 10 points. There we go. We're already there. 4.5 minutes to go in the quarter. Green Lopez thinks about a 3. Decides better of it. Goes to Webster. Webster lobs it wide. Tarangi goes back to Lopez. Lopez, long-range jumper, airballs. It doesn't hit anything. He's been fouled. And we're going to have 3 free throws. That's poor. That is poor. And the big bad American import, Admiral Schofield, steps in. This is a man who I thought was going to be an absolute superstar when I watched him in the preseason competition, but he just hasn't quite hit his straps. Lopez gets one. He's one of these players in this NBL, NBA Next Stars program. He's Mexican heritage. Only young, only 18. Gets his second. I put those on the wrong side. My. Let's fix that up. Sorry, guys. There we go. Scoreboard fixed now. Now he gets his third. And they're out to a 9-point lead. Yeah, Lopez from Mexico. Maybe a player looking to probably nominate for the NBA draft. That's the whole process of the Next Stars. Is Taipans get 2 points back. Marcus Lee. Ty Webster goes straight down the other end and bangs 2 in himself. He wanted the foul, doesn't get it. Swing it wide. Lee again. Back to Andrews. Schofield. All 3 of their imports out there at the moment. Schofield shovels it off. Mojave King. Back to Schofield on the left edge of the lane. Shovels it to Andrews. 2 seconds on the shot clock. Gets it away. Lee does well to get the rebound. Stays in bounds. Gives it to Mojave King, who drops the 3 shot. Can't get it. Schofield gets a hand to it. But Menenga comes away with it. He drives all the way down. Splits out to the right of the lane. Looking for a teammate here. He's got Webster with him. He gets the ball now back to the post up against Jack McVeigh. Trying to match up here. They double team him with King. But he doesn't get it. Shot's a little too heavy. Finds the back of the rim. McVeigh takes the rebound. Score says 21-12. Jack McVeigh runs around everyone, but he gets fouled. If we're setting a legal screen. It's against Marcus Lee. 3:03 on the clock. Here come the Breakers, looking to extend their lead. Webster running the point. Brockington's there. He's another one that absolutely lit up the preseason. He got the MVP in the preseason competition, I think. Brockington step back jumper. Doesn't go, though. Admiral Schofield stands there, takes it one-handed while he uses the other arm to hold off Lopez. Andrew Andrews swinging right. Gets to the edge, thinks about driving down the wing, decides better of it. Barking instructions, hand signals too. Goes to Lee. Lee lobs it over. Was looking for Mojave King, but it's just punched out of bounds by Kareem Lopez. Lopez will go and have a breather, as will Mojave King after that. Something what Marg has checked in. Andrew Andrews thinks about the 3, decides to have a crack at it with only 3 on the shot clock. Schofield trying to muscle in. Colin Davison out there now for the Breakers. Oh, missed shot there. Rebound taken. It was Mag that got the rebound. Andrews now. They just need to hang on for the last 2 minutes here, Ruin. Mag's in the lane. Spins it back out. Schofield for 3. It was an open 3, and he hits it. Takes it back to a 6-point ball game. 1:52 on the clock here in the first. Now they move the ball around. Brockington. Back. Webster's there. Great pick up mid-season for them. Step back 3. Leaves it a little short. Schofield gets the rebound. 1:34 on the clock here. Couple of missed shots now. They're coming back to the field. Still shooting at 67% though. 50% for the Taipans thus far. McVeigh's got the ball. Goes into Lee. Lee shovels it back to McVeigh. He drives into the paint. Gets dispossessed. Gets the ball back. Can't get it away. Yes, he can. Swings it back to Admiral Schofield. Airball shot for 3. Much more comfortable on the left-hand edge shooting 3 rather than the right. As Jack McVeigh tries to appeal for a foul when there was a bit of a tangle over the ball. think that we might have a coach's challenge. We'll see what happens here. Coach's challenge from Cairns. They think there was a foul in there. There's enough bodies in there. There's a good chance they might get what they want. Great to have you all tuning in. If you're joining us for the first time or you haven't done this before, we'd love it if you gave a press on that subscribe button. Hit the bell as well. That way you'll know when our videos are dropping, especially our lives and when we're going live. Give the video a like. Get involved in the comments, as a number of you already have, which is wonderful. Great to have you all across this wide world tuning in to keep up to date with the NBL. If you've got questions about the NBL, the competition, your thoughts, happy to debate, discuss, throw them around. They're actually challenging this back here, right? So 4 seconds on the clock. They're challenging the Davison fouled Admiral Schofield, and they're going to say he did. Or fingertips, so that'll be a shooting foul. And I think he'll go to the line for 3. They're really going to make you sweat this, Rewan. It's a bizarre challenge. I thought they were challenging the traffic with Jack McVeigh, but they go back to the Admiral Schofield 3-point shot where he left it short. So it won't actually be a 3-point shot. It's just going to be a ball inbounds. Not sure how that works. Still have 5 seconds. They're going to have 0.5 seconds on the shot clock. So they're going to have to... They've had a successful coach's challenge here, but they've got 0.5 seconds on the shot clock. What a time. He gets a shot away. It's horrible, but it ends up being a shot clock violation. So all for nothing, realistically. 21:15, a minute 11 on the clock. Rewan, keep sweating. PJC now. At the top of the 3-point line. Drives into the lane. Gets up and over. Doesn't get it to go, though. Rebound Schofield. Fires it out for Andrew Andrews. 51 on the clock. Andrew Andrews going in. Jumper over Davison. Gets it to go. 21:17. 44 seconds on the clock. Carlin Davison goes to town. Dunks that one home over the top of Mag. 23:17. Oh, why is our scoreboard not keeping up? There we go. Fixed now. Sorry, guys. And there's Jack McVeigh. He gets one back. Should be a win for Rewan. 23:19 with 15 on the clock. PJC is going to milk the clock, Rewan, so it will be a win. Well done. PJC for 3. Doesn't go, but we've got 3 seconds on the clock here till quarter time. Jack McVeigh is going to go from way downtown. Doesn't even get close. Lands inside the court. The 23:19 first quarter. Well done, Rewan. A win is a win. We always like it when people tuning in get a win. Good on you to LVL for getting around. Rewan, good to have you with us. Good to have you all tuning in. Love it if you can give the video a like, hit subscribe, all that fun stuff. Get involved in the comments like LVL and Rewan and MA, Ken, FJ as well, watching from Sriracha in Thailand. I'm assuming that's where the source came from, FJ. Is that where they still make it? Is it made in Thailand? There you go. It was first created there in the 1930s. Now it's made in California. Yeah, mate, it's still low scoring, but compared to last night, we'll take it, I think. The team shooting at 56 and 47%. Last night it was 20-something and 30-something. Cairns are crueling themselves a bit like last night's side. Both sides. Most of their misses coming from three-point range. Cairns have missed 9 shots. 6 of the misses have been from three-point range. 1 from 7. Breakers have missed 7. 4 of them have been from three-point range. So if we've learned anything, mate, these teams need to lose their three-point licenses. It's a wild time the way some of these teams go about it. We'll be into the second quarter shortly. What are we looking for in the second quarter, guys? Has anyone got any other bets on? What are we chasing? Let me know. What can we see from this second quarter? Leaders so far, Jack McVeigh, 9 points. Sam Menenga, 7 points. Not a lot of rebounds going on, to be fair. Admiral Schofield's got 3 in 4 minutes. He's also got 3 points. As Jack McVeigh's about to get us back underway here. Here we go. Second quarter started. Andrew Andrews flicks it out. Schofield for 3. Overcooks it a little. Bounces out. Friendly bounce. Andrew Andrews picks it up on the left wing. Gives it to McVeigh. Takes on Parker Jackson Cartwright. Big mismatch there. Throws it back at Andrew Andrews. 3-point shot for Galloway. Air ball. Schofield. Mag from the free throw line. 2 points. Taipans. And we've got a 2-point ball game. Now Menenga's back out there. Going to work. Drives down the outside left side of the lane. Gets in under the post. Boom. Too easy. Andrew Andrews getting a drive down the line. Goes into the lane. Turns it over. Just runs into Parker Jackson Cartwright. Now going the other way. McVeigh does it all himself, but just picked off the backboard by Lopez. They've called it as goaltending. Already on its way in. So it will be 2 points. So 2-point ball game again. 1:11 gone in this second quarter. Jack McVeigh into double digits. 11 points now. First player to hit double figures. Remember, he got 35 last time he played the Taipans. Yeah, no, I don't think we'll see him get to 100. I think you're right. And take something pretty big as TJC gets another bucket. 2-point mid-range jumper. Now he's hustling Andrew Andrews. Admiral Schofield tries to set a screen. He's trying to slow him down. Andrew Andrews for McVeigh. McVeigh into the paint. Shovels it up, looking for Kyron Galloway, but beats him and races over the baseline. 27-23. Turn it over. McVeigh drains a 3. All of a sudden, 1-point ball game. Jack McVeigh, 14 points already here. Sam Menenga drives down against Galloway, gets past Schofield, gives it off to Davison. Davison goes to the hoop, gets 2 back for the Breakers. The Breakers in blue tonight. Very baby blue sort of outfit. Davison hustling against McVeigh. McVeigh to Schofield. Schofield shows to Andrews, doesn't give. Now they go wide. Galloway sweeping back around after he gives it off to McVeigh. Drives into the lane. McVeigh step back for 3. Bang, he is on tonight. He levels us up at 29 apiece. He's already got 17 and it's not even half time. The way things are going at the moment, MA, Jack McVeigh might get 65 points. He's firing. Menenga out-muscled at the post. Gets a stop, Cairns. Andrew Andrews gives it off. Schofield gives it back. Andrew Andrews, crossover, step back, flings it out. Schofield for 3. Doesn't go. Menenga rebound. That was good ball movement, though, from the Taipans, looking better. And then Brockington throws it in between two players, and it goes out of bounds. All for naught. Jack McVeigh is absolutely flying. 17 points, 7 from 8 shooting so far. Again, I talked about it before when New Zealand were flying. That doesn't sort of continue. Parker Jackson Cartwright reaches in, swats the ball out of Andrew Andrews' hands. What are we going to say? Did it come off Andrew Andrews' foot? They're going to say jump ball. It's going to be New Zealand ball. There you go. Contested ball, not clear. Jump ball goes to New Zealand. 6:52 on the clock, all tied up here. Second quarter of NBL action. Last place Cairns fighting for their season. Trying to drag themselves off the bottom there. They can pull themselves equal on wins with Brisbane. Their points percentage will still see them sit back as Brockington misses a mid-range jumper from out on the right wing. Now, Andrew Andrews goes to McVeigh. He's 2 metres outside the three-point arc. The way he's hitting them, I would just shoot myself. Wardenberg's back out there. Hey, AR, good to have you back, brother. Good to see you. McVeigh, I think New Zealand, but I tell you what, the way Jack McVeigh's going, and he's just given Cairns the lead, he's got 19 points, and we're not even halfway through the second quarter yet. And I think that New Zealand are going to call a timeout. New Zealand were leading by 9 at one point, and then the Jack McVeigh show erupted. 19 points now. 17 points. Sorry. On 7 of 8 shooting. So I've got New Zealand, but not with a whole lot of confidence. I just think they should be able to outclass them over 4 quarters. But they've fallen off a cliff in the last 5 minutes. 12-6 run for this quarter to start for Cairns. Interesting times indeed. But yeah, let's lean to the breakers. I'll really liven up that play-in race. As soon as I suggested the breakers were going to win, my dog started groaning behind me. So maybe my dog knows something that we don't. Who knows? But right now, that's the way I am looking. That's the way I think this cookie crumbles. Top 5 scorers at the moment. McVeigh 19, Menenga 9, and then Webster, Jackson Cartwright, and Davison all on 4. Next best scorer for Cairns is Admiral Schofield with 3. There you go. Both teams shooting at over 50% so far, though. But we're back now. Webster, shovel pass back to PJC, Parker Jackson Cartwright. 6:12 on the clock, 15 on the shot clock. I think he goes to work in the paint, then flings it out. 3-pointers missed. Not quite working for New Zealand. And 1 for 6 from 3-point range. Wardenberg tries to set a pick and roll, doesn't work, goes himself. Then just has the ball stolen from him. Webster just picked his pocket. All right, pick and roll. That's how Ty Webster rolls. Galloway for 25 points. That was optimistic. Kyron's pretty decent, but doesn't do a lot of that. Rob Baker touches it into the hands of Wardenberg. Wardenberg thought he was going to get away with it on the lob pass, but Baker did well just to slap it back into his hand. Baker inbounds it. Good stop for the Breakers. They need one here. They're down by 2 for the first time tonight. Now Parker Jackson Cartwright. Little bounce pass in. Not well handled by Menenga, but he gets there in the end. Yeah, how good's Josh Giddey? Love seeing what he's doing, Angler. A level again. 31-31. 5:15 on the clock. Harvey King. This is a jumper. We're going to have goaltending again for second time in a couple of minutes. Oh, just 2 points. Let's not get carried away here, Chris. 33-31. 5:13 on the clock. Yeah, always good to see the Aussies doing well in the NBA. Almost as good as seeing the Aussies beating the English at cricket at the moment. Breaker's trying to work something here. Kareem Lopez, I'm not quite sure what he was trying to do there, as Menenga bats it out of bounds unintentionally. Tell you what, I heard today that Jock Landale is an Aussie. Jock Landale is an Aussie. That is correct, yeah. Quite a few Aussies in the NBA. Obviously, we talked about Ben Simmons the other day. Scorchers are dominating. That big bash tonight, MA. Taipans get another 2 points. They go to 35. 4-point lead. This is swung. Marcus Lee gets his second bucket. I think there's 15 players maybe on Aussies on contract at the start of the season. So Alex Tui was on a two-way. I don't know if he still is with the Golden State Warriors. Dante Exum. There's 3-point shot there. Bang. The Taipans are firing. Dante Exum, Jewett Breath, Dyson Daniels, Jock Landale, Joe Ingles, Johnny Furphy, Josh Giddey, Josh Green, Kyrie Irving, born in Melbourne as well. Lachlan Olbrich, who signed with the Chicago Bulls. He's on their roster, I think. I don't think he's got much game time, if any. Luke Travers, Olbrich's only 21. As we get a timeout here for New Zealand. Matisse Thybulle is with the Portland Trailblazers. Rocco Zakarski was drafted from the NBL last year. He's at the Brisbane Bullets. He's there learning from Rudy Gobert at the Minnesota Timberwolves. He's 7'3" at 19. And Tyrese Proctor, who's at the Cavs. And I don't think we've seen much of him yet this year. So, as I said, quite a number of Aussies in the NBA on contract this year. That's with Pat Mills retiring and Ben Simmons. Obviously not contracted anywhere. Let's have a look at this Scorchers score. 1 for 116 off 10. They are flying, MA. What is happening? Finn Allen and Cooper Connolly. Cooper Connolly's off to a flyer. I like Finn Allen. 46 off 25. These blokes both striking 184. This is good cricket. Finn Allen is an absolute gun. I was going to say you heard it here first, but you won't hear it here first. You'll have heard it lots of places. But again, for those American friends and fans that we're talking about cricket, the domestic 20-over competition here between Perth and Brisbane are playing in that as we speak as well. Back to the basketball here. 4 minutes to go in the first half. Cairns leading by 7 all of a sudden after they trailed by 9 in the first quarter. And someone's been sniped here. Let's just have a look and see if we work out who it is. Lachlan Barker. Hasn't played a lot of minutes. Oh, he's just copped an unintentional elbow from Ty Webster as Webster turned to move away from him. Probably going to have to check out because he might have a bit of blood coming from the nose. Yeah, Paddy Mills is a silky, silky man. What he can do. Where's he now? The University of Hawaii or something like that? Yeah, he's the general manager for the University of Hawaii's basketball program. The real shame because there was talk at one point that he's actually going to come and play for Cairns. And then he might have taken some ownership, but that was just a vicious rumour in the end. Some pretty wild rumours in that regard. I think John Wall, there was talk that he was going to come and play for Southeast Melbourne Phoenix. He actually is a part owner of the team. I think John Wall's now retired, maybe. August this year. Yeah. Randomly, John Wall owns part of the Southeast Melbourne Phoenix in the NBL. So there you go. And we're back now. Treatment's over. New Zealand have got the ball in the offensive half. Webster, he's been busy. Back to Parker Jackson-Cartwright. Returns it to Webster. Bounce pass for Menenga. Out wide on the left. He drives in. Spins away from Andrew Andrews. And I'm going to call a foul on Andrew Andrews, I think. That'll be inbound ball. Do I have a favourite team I root for? Look, the Kings are my team. They're my local team here in the NBL. In the NBA, it is the Miami Heat. And, yeah, they're the two that I get as the Breakers get a couple back just to smooth over the deficit with 3:33 on the clock. 3-point shot. Mojave Kings left it short. Mojave Kings, another one that was touted for NBA stardom at one point. Maybe not stardom. That might be a bit aggressive. I think he's got American and New Zealand heritage, which helps. Played some G League with the G League Ignite side and the Indiana Mad Ants for playing in the Puerto Rican League in the off-season as well, as McVeigh goes and puts up another 2. He is absolutely flying. He's up to 21 points. It's not even half time yet. He's got more than half his team points. Yeah, see, LeBron, I'm just not about LeBron. Controversial opinion. As Menenga gets 2 back for the Breakers. Yeah, I don't know. I'm MJ over LeBron. His longevity has to be celebrated. But there's just something about the man. Even when he's at Miami, I wasn't pumped when we signed him, to be honest. Like I said, controversial opinion. But, you know, we've all got them. May as well get it out there. Oh, that'll do me. That's nearly dropped in off the top of the backboard, that free throw. Back to a 4-point game, though. Sam Menenga's got 14 points. Jack McVeigh's got 21 points. They are carrying their teams at the moment. Here's McVeigh on the ball now. Holding things up. Managing the clock. 2:33 on the clock. Gives it to Wardenberg. Wardenberg drives into the paint. Over Menenga. Gets the bucket and 1. Good work from Wardenberg there. He goes to 6 points. And he'll go to the line to make it 7. Yep, Menenga hit the forearm as he's trying to shoot. I'm also a big... I've got to the point now in my life that I've got my teams, but I also follow certain players as well. So there's players I like, and obviously a lot of the Aussies are ones that I like to watch. So I've got a bit of a vested interest in LaMelo Ball after he was out here in the NBL a couple of seasons ago. Playing for the Illawarra Hawks as PJC lays it off for Webster. 2:12 on the clock now. Menenga goes to work, doesn't go, but he gets fouled in the act, so he'll get to go to the line for 2. He had to shoot. There was less than 3 on the shot clock. Watches the racing line up to 150 now. We got a wicket. Connolly's gone. Allen brought up his 50. Connolly 77 off 37. That's wild. Menenga misses his first free throw. Yeah, I think there's a bit of that too. I think that happens in a lot of sports though, FJ, to be fair. I missed your other comment there. The Nuggets will go close this year. Missed both his free throws, so free Hungry Jack's cheeseburgers for everyone here. Code word STAR if you're in Australia and watching. Get the NBL app and you pull it up. As speaking of that, Webster pulls up, thinks about a 3, decides better of it. Rolls the ball around the corner to Menenga, who's got 2 players on him. Now he'll go for the 3-pointer. Webster gets it. That's a big bucket. Back to a 3-point margin. Bay setting the screen for King. King hands him the ball while he's setting the screen, and that's not what he wanted. McVeigh hands it off. Wardenberg. McVeigh's there. Thinks about shooting for 3. Fakes. Drives into the paint. He's fouled though, so he'll go to the line. They'll say it's not a shooting foul. Kyle Adnam checks in. I've seen a lot of Kyle tonight. The inbound ball for Adnam. King presents first. McVeigh's there sweeping around. Gives it off. Ball lobbed in. Admiral Schofield under the basket. Gets fouled. Webster puts his hands up and owns it. 1:10 on the clock. Schofield will go to the line. Schofield's already been to the line tonight. Yeah, he has. He had 2 free throws earlier. 1 from 2. 4 rebounds already. He's been busy in the time that he has had out there. He's only had 7 minutes. Yeah, 100%. That's exactly right, Angler. They do. I think almost the bigger you are and the more in form you are, the more likely the calls are to go your way. And I say that as it's not a conscious decision a lot of the time. You just assume if someone's better, they're more likely to have won a contest or come out the better side of it. So if they don't, it's more likely that something's gone awry. And I say that as someone who used to officiate a couple of different sports. Now they're working it round. Webster back to Parker Jackson Cartwright. Got that second free throw. PJC steps back, 52 on the clock. Bounce pass into the lane. Adnam gets in there. Parker Jackson Cartwright. Little handoff. Jumper for Lopez. 2-point ball game. Going to be tight at the half. 40 seconds on the clock. 21-second differential. Game clock to shot clock. McVeigh gives it to Wardenberg. Under pressure here. Wardenberg finds McVeigh in the paint. Does he go to work? He thinks about it. Over the top. 2 more points for McVeigh. He's up to 23 points. I got a foul, I think, on Adnam. Yeah. And it'll be 2 points. They're into the bonus now. So PJC at the line. Gets his first. 21.2 on the clock, so there'll be no shot clock, just game clock as we head towards half time. Great to have you all with us if you're joining for the first time. There's a few of you that heard me say this like I'm a broken record. PJC gets another. Make sure to give the video a like. Get involved in the comments. Plenty of you active in there today, which is great to see. And also would love it if you hit subscribe. Trying to hit 600 by the end of the first week of January. That's the goal. That's the game plan. Lots of returning guys, so guessing you're already subscribed, which is wonderful. Good to see you back. Love seeing returning viewers. Yeah, I saw that clip. I only saw him passing 3 points. McVeigh seals it right on half time. What a first half for Jack McVeigh. 26 points. That is absolutely phenomenal. Yeah, that's what kind of got me, Angler. But look, as I said, you've got to honour his legacy and his longevity. It's absolutely phenomenal. He's that good. They even managed to get him. He's the first man to get his son drafted to the same team he was at. So that tells you what he means out there at the Lakers, and what sort of money he turns over for them. And that's what it is at the end of the day. It's a business. But at halftime, it's 48-43. The Taipans a big second quarter there. Take a quick run through the scorers, and then we'll take a break and come back with the second half in a little bit. As I said, Jack McVeigh's the man in headlines. 26 points, 11 from 12 shooting, 92%. That is absolutely wild. That is some half of basketball. He's currently on track for the biggest game in NBL history, I think. I think 50 is the biggest we've seen in the 40-minute quarters. But he's got 26. Next best is Sam Wardenberg with 6 points, 3 rebounds, and 6 assists. And then no one else really registering. A bunch of guys on 4. For the Breakers, 14 points for Sam Menenga. He's got 3 assists and 2 rebounds. Karim Lopez has got 7 points, 3 rebounds. Ty Webster's got 7 points, 1 rebound, 1 assist. Parker Jackson Cartwright, 6 points, 1 rebound, 5 assists. Other notables, Admiral Schofield with 4 rebounds is probably the only other one. We've run through everyone else. But it's the Jack McVeigh show at the moment. Absolutely on fire. A 9-point lead in that quarter, 29-20. Brought him back from a 4-point deficit to a 5-point lead. But that's halftime. Don't go too far, guys. We're back in 10 minutes with the second half from the Cairns Convention Centre here on the Chris McPherson Show. As I said, chuck us a like, chuck us a subscribe, get involved in the comments. We'll see you very soon for the second half. Well, hello, back again, guys, on the Chris McPherson Show. Live watch along. Getting right amongst it here at halftime. Cairns and New Zealand, the Taipans have fought back. Great to see. If you're just joining us, make sure to give the video a like. Hit subscribe, get involved in the comments. The NBA chat, lads, are loving that. FJ, you're right. It's not LeBron's fault how the game is refereed, but let's just say I think he leans into it very heavily. That's my challenge. Is he's got all that ability and then he leans back into it. No, all good, Ken. Good to be here, mate. Love having you guys jumping on and having a chat as well. Keeps it entertaining while I watch along and chat you guys through it. But I think we're in the midst of a pretty special performance so far from Jack McVeigh. It's just going to be about whether or not he can maintain that. That is the big question. 26 points to halftime. So the all-time records. 71. 63 in the 40-minute game era. But under the new rules, Bryce Cotton with 59 last year is the most. So he's still a little way away. LVL, you're on the breakers. Well, as we've seen the last couple of nights, never say never. Anything is possible with these teams. Jack McVeigh, 26 points, 11 from 12 field goals, 3 from 4 three-pointers, and a free throw. Tighter, you're on the breakers as well. We've got a couple of breakers chasers here. Well, good to have you with us. We'll cheer them along with you. And see if we can get them home. Not long now till we get back underway. Well, the team's going through the last instructions. Not far away now. Cairns second half money line. Bars, you're going against the trend. All right, here we go. See what comes of it. Game on. Two teams taking the court now. So you need them to win by more than 5. MA, you were saying before, neither of these teams get to 100. I'll tell you what, if McVeigh keeps shooting like he does, Cairns are half a chance. But in the meantime, also the chance, based on what we've seen so far this year, of just fading out here. Andrews. McVeigh goes for 3 to start the half, and he hits it. My goodness. That was a deep 3, and he never looked like missing. Flat as attack, and a wonderful 3. Now Parker Jackson Cartwright. He fires a 3 of his own. Big shots to start the scoring. Just show this. We can just show the game, the score. Unfortunately, I'm watching the game on ESPN here in Australia. Another 3-pointer for Galloway. He misses. But yeah, Queen, the score will be here, and I will just commentate through the game as Menenga goes to the hoop, tries to tip in his own shot, tries to get the rebound, does get the rebound on the second attempt. PJC thinks about a 3. Back into Menenga with a bounce pass on the left-hand side of the key. Rotating against Jack McVeigh, draws the foul, gets the bucket and 1. MA, if you're still there, are you still watching this cricket alongside? Last I looked, they're 4 for 200 and something with time to come. Massive score. In the meantime, though, Menenga's going to go to the line to try and make it a 2-point deficit. Not Menenga. Yes, Menenga. Gets another one. 2-point ball game now. 51-49. That's the big question. They've pulled off some good comebacks this year. They also let slide some massive leads. Played by 25 in the second quarter against Brisbane early this year at home and threw it away, New Zealand. But we've seen a lot of these games come back. Andrew Andrews with a nice little jumper on the edge of the lane. He gets 2. Now Parker Jackson Cartwright. Swings it wide. Menenga back to PJC. Menenga thinks about backing into the post. Turns around, takes McVeigh on face up. Now spins, shoulders in, bumps it through. Rob Baker's there for 2. 8:05 on the clock here in the third quarter. Need to update that. It still says half time. There we go. Andrew Andrews sweeping pass over the top. Mojave King doesn't get it. Parker Jackson Cartwright goes all the way to the hoop. Can't go either. Andrew Andrews for 3. Spits out. Rebound taken. Mojave King falls to his backside. Throws it back. McVeigh thought about going for 2. Gives it out. Galloway misses. Should have taken the bucket yourself, Jack. PJC with a jumper. And Galloway gets the rebound. Andrew Andrews now. Jack McVeigh's there under pressure. Brockington trying to do the job on him. McVeigh slides in. Parker Jackson Cartwright double teams. Galloway goes in. Gives it off. There's Wardenberg with a bucket. They lead by 4. Babies love TV. That's an interesting handle. I'm still leaning to the Breakers, but not with a lot of confidence. Rob Baker for 3. No good. Jack McVeigh ends up with the rebound, gets the assist by throwing it down to Wardenberg. He gets another 2, and as soon as I've said that, they get a stop and a bucket. Now, Menenga trying to go to work. Around the world a couple of times, drops in for 2. Menenga's up to 19 points, and he's living in the shadow of Jack McVeigh. 12 from 13 shooting. Here he is on the ball now. He's tucks under his arm, has a little chat with a few people. Very casual, Jack. But hey, when you got 29 points before the third quarter, why not? Throws a pass. Brockington reads it like a book and intercepts it. Drives down to the key. Jumper, uncontested. 2 points. 2-point ball game. 5:50 on the clock here in the third quarter. Good to have you all tuning in. If you haven't already, get involved. Chuck a like on the video. Hit subscribe, all of that fun stuff. Taipans get a bucket back. Hit subscribe if you don't mind. Love that. Love all of that if you're enjoying your time here. Brockington drains a big 3. And then there was only 1 point between the sides. Now, switched wide. 3-point shot. Harvey King doesn't go. Can the Breakers snatch the lead back here? Maybe. Taipans want to get a stop. 5:07 on the clock. PJC draws the foul. There's a rush shot because of the foul. Doesn't go, so we get 2 free throws. He's been busy, Parker Jackson Cartwright. 9 points, 7 assists. Knocking on the door of a double-double. This is Sam Menenga. 19 points, 7 rebounds, 4 assists. If he goes a little nuts in these next 15 minutes, he could even be up for a triple-double. PJC doesn't go with his first free throw. It was around the rim and looked like it was going to drop, and then it just popped up and out. This is 2 from 2. Dear, oh dear. It's the second time tonight New Zealand have missed 2 free throws. PJC lobs it down. There's a foul on the second foul coming in, and so baseline ball. Davison for 3, hits it. They lead by 2. The Breakers are back. What do you think here, guys? All of a sudden, Cairns call a timeout. 4:55 on the clock in the third. This is game on here. Let me know in the comments who's going to get it done. Sneaker Vision and Babies Love TV both asking the question. Who you got here, guys? LVL and Tighter. You'd be happy. Breakers back in front. Bars fourth side. What are you thinking? Yeah, some free throws wouldn't hurt. Mika Murinen. I don't think I have. What is Mika? What or who is Mika Murinen? You got the Breakers, FJ. They're going to come home from here. Mika Murinen, Finnish basketball player. Plays in the Serbian League. You got raps on him, babies? Slim Jesus. That's a good nickname. 2.2 meters tall. That is a big boy. 18. No, wingspan of 2.2. 2.1 tall. Cairns with a massive fourth quarter. Look, I'm here for the exciting finish. So he's going to go and play college ball next year, Mika Murinen. He's playing for Partizan now. Joel, you're back. How are you, brother? You're on the Brizzy Heat. Oh, dear. He's gotten on the cricket. Oh, you can only judge a pitch once 2 teams have batted on it, Joel. But that is a massive total. Anyway, we're back from the timeout here. 4 seconds on the shot clock. A fumble. That doesn't help. Andrews deep for 3. Doesn't go. Doesn't get the shot clock. Shot clock violation all over. Mag tried to get it there. Swings and roundabouts here. Tell you what, Babies Love TV. I'm going to be checking out some action of this Mika Murinen. He sounds like a name to watch. Davison for 3 with his mismatched shoes. Gets a second 3-pointer. All of a sudden, the Breakers lead by 5. The swings and the roundabouts of NBL action. Andrews working it down now. Gives it off to Admiral Schofield. Mag on the run around. Drives into the lane. Tries to find Schofield free. Lob pass. Park Jackson Carter nearly takes it away. Mag gets it back. Goes up. And Marcus Lee dunks it home. That was a much-needed bucket for the Taipans. And Davison is fouled in his shot at the other end. Quick break. Doesn't get it to go. That could almost be goaltending for against Marcus Lee. Last bucket didn't go up. 64-63. Davison misses his first. He can drain threes but can't hit frees. It's not ideal. 4 fouls now against Cairns. 1 more and Breakers are in the bonus. He misses both of his free throws. That's 3 times tonight by my maths. The Breakers have missed 2 free throws. Adam Ford knows that his team's gotten away with a couple there. Is there another foul here? Ball back out of bounds after the inbound pass. You got 50 on the over 180, Ken. Up to now 127. That's not bad. You need 45 a quarter, so you're looking at 135. So you need another 8 points here. You wouldn't mind probably 12 in this quarter, I would have thought. Tighter your back. Chasing those breakers. Oh, alley-oop action for Lee. It's going to be waved off, is it? Davison's gone down. Always seems to be taking a knock, and we're going to have an offensive foul. Helps the Breakers fans, doesn't help the overs, doesn't help the Taipans fans. Let's have a look here. Andrew Andrews, that was a block. He got his arms up and extended out. So, yeah, that is going to be a foul. I think Davison's probably added some juice to it. Andrew Andrews now on 4 fouls. So, considering we're only just over halfway through the third quarter, he's back to the bench. Misdirected pass, and Marcus Lee capitalises. McVeigh inside. Mag mishandles. Rockington takes it away. Davison in under the hoop if they want it. Gives it back. Rob Baker over the top. Doesn't go. McVeigh with a rebound. Davison trying to work, but Lee gets in the way. Trying to double team in Jack McVeigh. Jared McVeigh getting the wrong one there. He misses. Haven't seen much of that tonight. Rob Baker going to work. He's going to get the foul with an illegal screen. Here is he? Yes, he is. No, he's not. It's an offensive foul. As we see, some of the electric signage on the sideline has been taken out by players. Now Cairns with the ball. 1-point ball game. Running repairs on the electronic LED signboards. Just working some running repairs. The game's pulled up while it happens. So, interesting times. Interesting times indeed here in the third quarter as we get a close-up on the television coverage. I'll spit it out eventually, guys. Mickey Murin received 20 offers. He's cut it down to just 7. Late night stream needed this. What time is it where you are, Tyler? Where are you watching from? Always good, LVL. Good to have you all here. Glad I can keep you up to date with it. 2 minutes 32 in the third here, so looking forward to seeing what comes from here. Now, I'm going to have to check him out, babies. Where's he going to end up? Where's he going to end up? Where's your tip for him at college ball? I reckon we're all going to start to keep a bit of an eye on this young man. 18 years old, 2.1 metres. That is a big bopper. A big, big boy, babies. While waiting, guys, again, I know I sound like a broken record. If you can like and subscribe, all that sort of stuff, all helps us to continue to grow it. Appreciate those that have already done it. I'll keep asking, though. I know it's a bit annoying. That's how we continue to make our platform that little bit bigger, a little bit better. Wardenberg gets stopped. That's a good stop. And the Breakers. Menenga. Back to Lopez. Oh, that's Webster back out there, sorry. Menenga. McVeigh's all over him like a rash. Doesn't like the foul call, but it looked pretty clear cut from here. Joel, I just need to welfare check you after I've just seen the cricket, and the scorches are up to 250. Menenga gets the bucket. 1-pointer from the free throw line. Yeah, 250, mate. Wild times, wild times. Gets the second one too, 3-point lead. Yeah, he's gone a bit quiet, to be fair, LVL, this half. I mean, he had 26 at half time, and he's only got 3 points since half time. Here he goes now, spinning and hustling and bustling, and he's been fouled and he'll go to the line. As soon as I say that, of course he does. It's got to be top few totals. I just saw they got the most 6s ever. Joel. Five for 251 is the highest score before. There you go. So they're going to go past that. You can't stop record breakers. He's up to 30 points, McVeigh. 2-point ball game, 2:05 to go here. I'm going to be doing switch it up and do a few watch-alongs of some cricket in the new year as well, Joel. So we're doing a few of the Big Bash ones. Do some basketball and some cricket, mostly basketball, but we'll do a few cricket, see how the engagement is, see whether it interests people. Find out, Webster. Webster now drives into the lane. Skips back to the 3-point line. 4 on the shot clock, goes in again. Goes to ground, gets it away. 3-point shot from Menenga doesn't go. Good rebound from Tarangi. He gets 2. That was key. 68-65, 3-point ball game. 1:30 on the clock here in the third quarter. McVeigh under pressure. Gets up, gets a jumper. Bucket drops. I think the referee says no to the bucket. We'll go to the line for 2. No, he says count the bucket. There we go. Oh, McVeigh's back. I'm sorry, guys. I woke the monster. He's up to 34 points all of a sudden, and he's at the free throw line. Still shooting at 87%. That is wild. Gets the free throw as well. And we're all tied up again, 68-68. 1:20 in the third quarter to go. This is Game On. Just joining us for the first time, or you haven't hit subscribe before, please do. Give the video a like. Get involved in the comments. Everyone's a pretty friendly bunch. Davison missed 3. Ball out of bounds. I think it's come off the Taipans here off Barker. I think it'll be Breaker's ball. It will be. Yeah, well, McVeigh's got literally half of their points so far for the Taipans. 34 points. Sam Menenga's having a night too with 21, but it's one of those nights where unless he steers them to a decent win, he's going to be overshadowed. Brockington, 4 on the shot clock. Mid-range jumper for Tarangi. Gets another 2. Breakers get the lead back. 70-68. 51 on the clock in the quarter. Sorry, not the half. That is a soft foul from Webster. Mojave King was falling away, and he just pushed him out of the lane a little bit further. Mojave King goes to the line for 2. 47.2 on the clock. King at the line. Gets his first. 1-point ball game, 70-69. What did we have before? Someone made a prediction on the score. That was early doors. Doesn't get the second. Two points back for the Breakers. Yeah, to a 3-point lead. 30 seconds on the clock here. $80-65 MA. Not quite it. Taipans miss again. 15 on the clock. Five on the clock. Webster for 3. Doesn't go. Tarangi gets a shot away. Doesn't go either. Also for 3. We've got 2 Taipans down on the ground. 72-69 at 3-quarter time, guys. This is going to come down to it. Not sure who it is on the ground. Is that Mojave King? Let's have a look. No. It's Lachlan Baker. He's absolutely whiplashed himself into the floorboards. Knocked the wind out of himself. Yeah, free throws are hurting. 10 from 16. That's not ideal. Got the 3-point shooting back up. Both teams shooting at 53-54% overall. And the Breakers have stepped up their 3-point shooting to 35%. Cairns, 6 from 23, 26%. Probably a little less than what you want. Do I think Andrew Andrews will get to 15 points? He's only on 4 at the moment, so it would take a massive fourth quarter. Jack McVeigh, 34 points, 5 rebounds, 2 assists. Menenga chasing the double-double. He's on 21, 8 rebounds and 5 assists. Colin Davison's got 10 points, 2 assists. Parker Jackson Cartwright, 9 points, 9 assists. Isaiah Brockington, 9 points, 2 assists, 1 rebound. Thanks, Sneaker. Good to have you here, man. If you haven't already, give us a like, hit subscribe. We've got Kentucky, Arkansas, Michigan, Duke, UNC, North Carolina State, Indiana. These are 7 teams left. They still want Mika Murinen. Where would you go if you were him, babies? Got 1,000 on this game. All my others have come in except for Andrew. Andrews, look, he's been solid, but he's been running a lot of points. So he's been distribution. He hasn't really shot a lot. He's 2 from 6. He's missed four 4-pointers, 4 4-pointers, 4 3-pointers. No 4-pointers. That's not a thing. Unless you shoot a 3-pointer and get fouled, then you can have a 4-point play. But you know what I mean, guys. You know what I mean. I digress. I ramble. I do a lot of that. That's why I love doing this. We're set. Almost ready for the fourth quarter. 2:57, Joel. That is wild. Wild, wild times. I would have came in if he didn't miss. Yeah, correct. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, he would have had to hit all 4 of those. He'd be at 16. But look, if he'd hit 3 of them, you'd be in with a fighting chance. Even 2 of them. If you're sitting there at 10 points now, you're like, hey, I'm a chance going into the last quarter. So, Joel, just 258. 257 is doable. 258 is doable, right? Just chase it down. Like that one day or a few years ago with Australia and England, Australia and South Africa? We broke the record, most runs ever, and they just chased it down like an over to spare. You'll need some 4-pointers, yeah. LVL, you will need some 4-pointers to get to 15 plus. 3 of them will do. 3 4-pointers. That's all you need. We'll just make our own rules. If you shoot from beyond half court, you can have 4 points. That should be a thing. That should be 5 points. That'd be excellent. How many players? I mean, everyone shoots for 3-pointers today, even if they're missing. We saw it last night. There's like 45 missed 3-pointers. Parker Jackson Cartwright. Swings it out. Brockington. Goes to the hoop. Gets 2. Breakers first to score in the fourth. 74-69. I'm really immature, really childish. I always giggle when I see the number 69. I need to get past that. Andrew Andrews. Go to the bucket for Guala, Andrew. Come on. The man who's so good he was named twice. McVeigh with 2 and goes to the line. This is silly times. This is silly times. He's got 36 points. He's going to end up with 40-something. I mean, he had 26 at half time, so, it's quiet now by his standards. Yeah. I'd go to Duke. I would go to Duke, I reckon. Just that legacy name. I mean, UNC's obviously, legacy as well. I mean, all 3 of them are, right? It's big brands. UNC's got an okay program at the moment. The Tar Heels, aren't they? Tar Heels? Who's coaching there now? Hubert Davis. As Marcus Lee gets one back. Levels is up 74 apiece. 8:50 on the clock. Lee goes to 8 points. Parker Jackson Cartwright getting the work done. Comes across. What's PJC going to do here? Going to drive into the lane. PJC is, I feel like he might be the next Paddy Mills. He's that sort of level. Maybe not quite the same. Maybe like 7.5 out of 10 Paddy Mills. Silky, smooth, good finish. Just, Lopez gets it done. No, he turned it over. Oh dear, 74 all. Taipans ball. Andrew Andrews on it. 8:25 to go. Brockington goes base over apex. McVeigh now. On the left edge of the lane. Andrew Andrews fakes for 3. There's that 3 you need. It gives it off to Marcus Lee. Takes it to the hoop. We're going to have an N1 as well, are we? Here we are. Cairns are fighting back. This game has ebbed and flowed. It's like a seesaw. Seesaws don't ebb and flow, but they swing back and forth. You get the analogy I'm trying to go with, guys. Great to have you all watching. If you're just joining us, love it if you give the video a like. Get involved in the comments. Let us know where you're tuning in from. I've got a fixation with time zone, so let me know what time it is where you're watching as well. Menenga, and hit subscribe. That'd be cool. Lopez, the Mexican next star, playing for New Zealand. Gives it off to Ruben Tirangi. Back in for Menenga. He just runs around and is manhandled by Jack McVeigh. 5 p.m. That's right. You're 4 hours behind me, Joel. Friday afternoon knockoff drinks now. Pacific time zone. 5:02 a.m. bars. Oh, up early on a Friday. Work today, bars, or what's happening for you today? An early start before you head off to work. Menenga gets a free throw, back to 1 point. I've just wrapped up my day job for the year today, so that's nice. 3 a.m. babies. You in the US as well? If you're in the US, babies, how did you get around Mika Murinen? Oh, my goodness. Jack McVeigh has just shot that from nearly half court. That should have been a 4-pointer. He's got 40 points. That is wild. Yeah, correct, LVL. Might be too little too late by that point. 2 points back for the Breakers. He's got 40 points. I feel like if you get 40 points, you should like get something for that, like, you know, an extra foul or something. Another 3-pointer. My goodness, he's thrown that down from miles away. Someone check if this man's a robot. This is wild. He's 16 from 18 shooting, 6 from 7 from 3-point. He's just not natural. He hasn't even been out there for the full 33 minutes. Tractor trailer's about to get off work. Oh, well. Yeah, well, that's the best time of the day. You're knocking off. Bars. Breakers get 2 back. 4-point game here. Jack McVeigh is draining 3-pointers from wherever he likes at the moment. He's going to give it to him again. He's going to go for 3 again. Surely not. No, he missed one. He is human. Thank goodness. We can't have robots playing basketball. That's not right. 40 points is crazy in a 40-minute game. Remember, they're 10-minute quarters. TJC goes for 3. Can't get it to go. No look flick back inbounds. And, of course, who's there? Jack McVeigh, and he's been sniped. I think he might have just copped an accidental finger from Parker Jackson Cartwright. One of these, he's 1.5 meters outside the 3. The other one is 2 and a bit meters outside the 3. Yeah, 16 from 18 is wild. He's 16 from 19 now, but it's still wild. 84% over 31 minutes of basketball for 43 points. 43 points. He has more than half his team's points. There's 2 of the players out there, McVeigh and Menenga, one on either side. They've combined for 67 points today. Now, I'm not quite on the math, so that's more than a third of the whole points in the match. Timeout now. 4-point ball game. Interesting. What happens from here? Always some storyline coming out of these games, guys. Good to have you all tuning in as it comes down to the wire here between Cairns and New Zealand. Cairns looking to get themselves off the bottom of the ladder. They're coming last, and they've put in this display. Tell you what, both these teams would have beaten the 2 teams in the last game last night. Possibly even the 2 games in the first game last night, because I didn't think Melbourne were that good. But they got the W. Time on the clock. They've just gone to an ad. Time on the clock. It says 6:12. I think that's 6:12 gone though on the website. So maybe 3:48 around that. You did say that, Bars. As soon as they come back from the ad, where they're trying to advertise the college playoff, I have to feel for Tulane and James Madison. I feel like they're going to get absolutely handed. No, it is 6:11 on the clock. 6:11 on the clock. Last time he played New Zealand, he got 35, and I think it was 5 3-pointers. Tonight, it's 43 and 6 3-pointers. And they leave him out there. They give him the ball. He swings it back. Marcus Lee's open. They're triple teaming him in defence, and he's still getting passed away. Andrew Andrews looking. 4 seconds on the shot clock. He's going to have to go himself. Parker Jackson Cartwright. Out of bounds. Swatted away by Baker. 0.2 on the shot clock. They're just going to have to pass and shoot here and hope they get it away in time. Can't see how they can, to be honest. 0.2 seconds. 5:47 on the clock. 83-79. Taipans lead. Still can't get over. 16 from 19. Every night these NBL games have a story. Last night's was a ridiculous amount of missed 3-pointers. And Melbourne United limping over the line in the first game. Had some overtime. Had all sorts of things. Had overtime Wednesday night. That was exciting. Sydney Adelaide, that was a big game. They managed to get the shot away somehow. Now Andrew Andrews back for Mag. Thinks about the 3-pointer. Can't get it to go. Rebounds his own ball. Gets the 2 and 1. And all of a sudden, Cairns starting to stretch out to a lead here. I think it's 2-1. Yep, there it is. 2 and 1. 85-79. Mawat Mag at the line. Can't believe we've only seen a minute 47 of Kyle Adnam tonight. I mean, it's working for Cairns, but Kyle Adnam's my boy. Breakers have lost this. Hey, Sefton, you're back. Good to see you, my friend. What's happening? They missed the free throw. Still 5:24 on the clock for the Breakers. PJC for 3. Doesn't go. Wardenberg gets the rebound. PJC's got a double-double, 11 points, 10 assists. Jack McVeigh going for the alley-oops now. There you go. He's just giving off points to other people. Marcus Lee gets 2. 8-point ball game. This is their biggest lead of the night, Cairns. He could have shot that himself. He was open. Selfless. He didn't want a 50 bag. Surely you want to chase 50. Open short-range jumper. Throws the alley-oop down instead. And Illawarra, New Zealand go timeout. Wild times indeed. Wild times indeed. 5:06 on the clock. Sneaky vision. Jack McVeigh, he's 16 from 20 now. He's slipped. He's missed his last 2 shots. Someone sack him. 6 from 8 from 3-point range. 10 from 12 from the rest of the field. Who's my favourite team to watch? Well, I'm a Sydney Kings fan. Babies, hey, tidy are back. Reekers. Oh, Breakers, right, yeah. Yeah, got you, Jay. Thank you, mate. I was like, who are the Reekers? Sydney Kings are my favourite team, babies. But I actually really enjoy watching the Breakers when they're playing well. They're not doing that tonight. And there's a guy called Bryce Cotton that plays for Adelaide who is just a freak. He came out of Providence, actually. University over there in the US. Been over here for a long time. 5-time MVP. And he is hard to go past. I've kind of got a few players that I like watching. Like I said before, some kind of like role players and stuff I really like. Kyle Adnam, who's been a bit of a journeyman. I really like watching him. Yeah, these sorts of guys. Foul given. No, ball just given to New Zealand. I thought it was a foul at first that he signalled. 87-79, 4:55 on the clock. They do need to come back. They have faded out in this fourth quarter. 3 points. There you go. That's big. They do here. Andrew Andrews out wide. Dispossessed by Parker Jackson Cartwright. Yeah, there is enough time. I mean, it's only 5 points. They can turn around in a minute. What are we going to have here? 5 seconds on the shot clock at the moment. Breakers have got the wood on these guys too. They've won 9 of their last 10 against them. Ball inbound. Andrew Andrews, 3 on the shot clock. Gives it to Marcus Lee. He gets the bucket. They're not missing at the moment, Cairns. 89, 82, 4:21 on the clock, and there's going to be a foul on Marcus Lee. So the bucket. Then what happened? No. All right, inbound ball, New Zealand in their own half. There we go. Yeah, I watched Wemby. Not a lot when he was young, sort of just before he got drafted when he started being all the talk. I was a bit late to the party on Wemby. Tarangi can't get it. Davison gets the rebound. Gives it off to Webster, who's just standing there like he has not a care in the world. 6 on the shot clock, thinks about the 3. Gives it off to Tarangi for an open 3, who just gets some slice on it. Can't get it to go. McVeigh gets a rebound. Somehow Jack McVeigh with 43 points doesn't have a double-double. Got 7 rebounds. Andrew Andrews could have taken the 3 then. Gives it off. Wardenberg goes to the bucket. They lead by 9. 91-82. The Breakers going to go a timeout again. Well, both sides have led by 9. It's swings and roundabouts here. Sam Wardenberg in a double digits. Marcus Lee double digits as well. So they've got 3 players in double digits. Yeah, for a game where there's no defence, there's not that many points though, really, Sefton. I need my usual guys, Penguin and MA, to come on here and tell me what's going wrong. Wardenberg, he's only just been back a couple of games. 12 points tonight. 8 assists as well. Not far away from a double-double himself. Is this the last swing back spot, most likely? Yeah, they need to make a run here. Like, if they don't get a couple of buckets here, if they can't string a couple together, then it's going to be a real challenge for them to turn it around, I would suggest. Yeah, not sure, Sneaker. Not sure on that. 3:46 on the clock. It's still enough time. No, we're just waiting for the Breakers to come back from the timeout. There we go. They're back now. Defensive ball. I take it, bring it in on the defensive end of the court, I should say. PJC up against Mag. Uses his pace to the outside. Thinks about the jumper. Swings it back. Shovel pass. Somewhere between a shovel pass and a rugby pass, that one. Back across. PJC. Yeah. Ball. I don't know if you're going to get a backdoor cover, are you? I can't see him covering -6.5. That'd be a 16-point turnaround from here. Now we've got another foul call on Tarangi. So Cairns are going to go to the line. +6.5. Depends how you want to cover it, I suppose. What are you going to cover it with at the moment? Just a Cairns win. Not much of a price, I suppose. Can't really create a middle. Again, great to have you all with us here on the stretch home. Love it if you haven't already. Hit subscribe. Give the video a like. Any more basketball coming at you over the next couple of weeks. And the next couple of days off. We'll be back on Monday and Tuesday. Yeah, right. Well, I mean, they might come back a bit. Cairns might put the queue in the rack here shortly, I have a feeling, because they're out to an 11-point lead now. Wardenberg now up to 14 points. Those 2 free throws. 93-82. 3:04 on the clock. Alan Davidson driving to the hoop. Menenga out-muscled by his fellow big man Sam in Wardenberg. Gives it off to Andrew Andrews. The Breakers can't buy a bucket at the moment. 93-82, and Cairns are in absolutely no hurry. Bars is up and about. Brockington gets the rebound after a missed shot from the Taipans. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think they'll lose by 15 plus. It's a 9-point game at the moment. Yeah, losing this quarter by 12. It's been a shocking last quarter for them. They've been a team that really drifts in and out of games this year. At their best, they are as good as anyone in the league. It's Cairns with the offensive rebound. Just have a quick look at foul watch here. McVeigh and Andrew Andrews both on 4. So Andrew Andrews has just gone to the bench. No one for New Zealand over 3. Tarangi's on 3, then a few people on 2s. So the Breakers now. They go to the line. Brockington will be there. Try and make this a 7-point game. Just maybe. Yeah, that last night's game, Paul, was rubbish basketball from two sides. They just persisted with shooting 3-pointers when they clearly weren't in form. They didn't have any creativity. They missed their point guard. Yeah, it would be. They're leaving him out on the court. They want to let him get his points. TJC. It was actually called a tech foul. So it was 1, and then they've got possession here. Anenga doesn't go. Wardenberg gets a rebound. 93-85, 8-point game. Yeah, that was the game against Adelaide. Yeah, Bryce Cotton just put on a show that night. They're just missing key pieces. They don't have a point guard. They got David Duke Jr. playing point. Yeah, that was against Adelaide. Bryce Cotton. We did that game here. But yeah, but then they beat Melbourne after that. But Melbourne looked tired. They looked tired last night too, but got the win. Limped over the line. Illawarra were disjointed and disconnected. McVeigh's at the line. Make that 44 points for the night. I think Melbourne United are tired. I think they will at some point have a couple of games where they'll rotate numbers. Chris Golding being out last night was good for them. As much as him being ill is not ideal. Shayili's injury might be a concern. 2 more for McVeigh's up to 45. PJC going to work here. Showed a glimpse for a moment there, New Zealand, but you've got to keep the run sustained. Baker gets 2. 25-87. Someone before say they're on 180. There you go. You're over 180 now. Again, guys, good to have you all with us. Great to see a good, healthy number tuning in. If you haven't already, would love it if you gave the video a like. Get in the comments. Let us know where you're watching from. And hit subscribe. I'd love to have you back again. Great to see a number of returning names and I was going to say faces, but let's be honest. It's just your usernames, your handles. Good to have a few of you starting to become regulars, if you will. Really enjoying that. Hey, Ken, you're back. Speaking of regulars, returning. He's back around having a chat. That's a foul there on Mojave King. It's going to be New Zealand inbound ball, though. Why is it not? Anyway. Thought they're in the bonus already. Apparently not. 26-15 they're losing this quarter. Won the first quarter by 4, lost the second one by 9, won the next one by 6, I think, and then losing this one by 9. Go figure. $1:26 on the clock. Cairns giving away foul after foul. Parker Jackson Cartwright. Oh, no, he's missed the free throw. Missed the free throw. Let's have a look at this. Parker Jackson Cartwright's 2 from 5 at the free throw line. New Zealand are 12 from 20. There you go. He gets 1. 7-point ball game. Clock management will be key, Ken. Cairns call a timeout. Cairns call a timeout. How do you miss 8 free throws? Like, they're shooting free throws at 62%. They're professional basketballers. Come on, guys. This is a big loss for New Zealand if they go down here when you look at the ladder. Really impacts their position. They were 1 game behind Tasmania. Now they'll go 2 behind Tasmania. 7 and 12. Tasmania 8 and 10 for that last play-in spot. Sydney and Perth are getting away from them all. And now New Zealand are going to find themselves trying to fight off Illawarra and maybe Brisbane behind them. Cairns go equal with Brisbane. There's only 1 win difference between the bottom 3 sides and 2 wins difference between the bottom 4 sides. Oh, it's definitely professional, Paul, but yeah, there's been a lot of injuries and there's been some teams just not putting in consistent performances. I think there's been some absolutely cracking games, but that consistency is just not there. And that's the point to those people that want to extend the season. It's just not ready to go. Well, not the case, unfortunately. Good to see you back, though. Thank you for coming back. 1:26 on the clock, 95-88. New Zealand Breakers need some Jesus walking on water style stuff here. It's just a procession now. Can McVeigh get 3 more points? 5 more points. He's on 45. New Zealand doing everything they can to slow it down. Mag slowing it down further. They're happy to pull it up here, Cairns. Want to run the clock down. 12 seconds on the shot clock. McVeigh's got the ball. What's he going to do? Oh, nearly turned it over. Mag's going to drive into the paint, go for the little jumper. Doesn't drop. That helps. Brockington on the fast break. A minute to go. Baker up and over. Gets the 2. 5-point ball game. 56 seconds. Putting the pressure on Mag. Davison nearly forces the turnover. Mag gets it back, lobs it forward, and he lobs it out of bounds. Was it touched? Was it not touched? Was it touched? Was it not touched? Cairns ball, Breakers ball. Waiting for it. Waiting for it. Yeah, it's looking okay for you now, Paul. You might sneak out of this one. I think it's going to be Cairns ball here. Adam Ford is waving his hands around like he's in a John Travolta 1970s movie. I think Grease. Saturday Night Fever, one of these sorts of things. I'm not quite sure what he's doing. I'm waiting for the referees to review. I'm going to review the clock as well as who it came off. They haven't made a decision yet. Perry Coppinen, Adam Ford, both clearly wearing their hearts on their sleeve right now, as is Paul Kavalek. Because 5 points, that's 1 shot either way. Don't forget, Monday night we'll be back. There's 2 games tomorrow, 2 games Sunday. We won't be covering those live at this point. Tyler Bipper, you're back. Illawarra versus Adelaide tomorrow in Wollongong, 5:30 Australian Eastern Daylight Time. Southeast Melbourne, Brisbane with an interim coach after they sacked Stu Lash 2 days ago. Well, he stepped down, after their 7 losses in a row or whatever it is. So now got them sitting equal last with Cairns if Cairns win this. Sunday, the Jack Jumpers against Perth. The Kings against the Taipans. The Taipans head to Sydney off the back of this and upset the Kings. Then Monday night will be the Bullets and the Breakers. We'll have the Breakers again in action. Hopefully they're a little better than this. The Bullets might see an opening. PJC for 3. Oh, it was in. Half the ball's in. But Baker fouls. Then he wants to debate it. Had to foul. 38 seconds on the clock. They trail by 5. It's the only chance. They need a couple of misses. This is a nervy watch, Paul, on your backdoor cover. Kyle Adams going to check in. And calling for it all day. Adam Ford giving some last-minute instructions. Perry Coppinen barking at his team. Too many misses. They're both shooting at over 50%. They're at 51%, the Breakers. Those free throws hurt, though. Wardenberg gets... Wardenberg gets the free throw. 6-point game. Going to miss this one. Doesn't miss it. You need the Breakers to score here. 97-90. 35 seconds on the clock. Parker Jackson Cartwright going to work. Brockington's going to try and line up an open 3. He's got it. They all step back. Let him have it. He hits it. That helps, Paul. 4-point game. You might have got out of jail here, maybe. Just maybe. I don't know what's going on. Is someone going to take the ball? Someone going to take possession? Oh, Adams checked in, and now they're all just wandering around. No one's down there to get the inbound. Take it off them. Tell them they're taking too long. Found now just lose by 6 is okay with you. I'm sure it is, Paul. I'm sure it is. It's 27.6 seconds on the clock. Menenga's checked out. That's an interesting one. They're going small ball here. They're going to try and run it. Nearly turned over. He's taking it out of bounds on the baseline, Wardenberg. Breakers ball at the offensive baseline, 23.2 seconds on the clock. If they get a bucket here, all of a sudden, wild times. Paul, this is good news for you. He throws it back in. Wardenberg, yeah, he did. He touched the line. Good refereeing. Slid on his back there. 97-93, guys. Jack McVeigh's out there. He wants more points. Over the top, Baker. Doesn't go. That hurts. Let's take the ball off him, and then Baker gets one. Now it's 97-95. 16 seconds on the clock. They fire it down. They're trying to use it up. McVeigh's there. They're going to foul him. Baker fouls him. 10.6 on the clock. 2-point ball game. He's going to go to the line. Yeah, if the Breakers somehow got like 3 free throws, or McVeigh only hits one of these, and then they get a 3-pointer or something with, a second on the clock, and it goes to overtime. You can't write these stories, guys, I tell you. Like, you just can't write them. And anyone that says it's collusion, honestly, you ever tried organising professional athletes? Trying to schedule one thing with one professional athlete's hard. Yeah, late in the game, it is a foul party. New Zealand had to foul there. Yeah, both teams have missed some free throws recently. Cairns are 15 from 20. McVeigh's the man you want there, though. He's 7 from 7. You can script it. You could write the script, but trying to get 24 guys to all live to the script, it's pretty bloody tough. McVeigh gets the first one. Someone goes rogue. Someone can't execute it. He gets the second one. I think that'll be all she wrote. Paul, you should get home here. 99-95. McVeigh's got 47. Not a bad night out. Cairns cheerleaders are out there. They're all up and about and excited. Even then. You can't put brains in statues, Ken. Go for a 3 and hope for a foul to tie it. That'd be wild. We were talking about 4-point plays before. Mostly because I just got my tongue tied. A 4-point play would be wild at this point. But he has 47 out of 99. That's almost half of the points. Between him and Menenga, they have 71 points. It's enough to win some games in the NBL. Yeah, blame. Yeah, someone. And again, there's always one guy who's, not the smartest, who just cooks it. But hey, we know about the NBA and referees shaving points and stuff. So never say never about shaving points, but fully scripted results, just a step too far, I think. Yeah, what was his name? Tim something. Yeah, wild. It's a really good podcast documentary on that, actually. I think it's called Whistleblower. Yeah, Whistleblower. Who Fixed the NBA? Check that out. Tenderfoot TV. Wild times. Actually had interviews with the guys and stuff. Brockington for 3. They try and tip it in. 4 seconds on the clock. Tarangi for 3. Missed. Game over. Taipans win. 99-95. You would have felt hard done by if Jack McVeigh got 47 and didn't win. He top scores. Yeah. Yeah, not after it came out, though. Not after it came out, I don't think, Paul. I think he was just reffing for a while after the betting happened, and then when it all came out, then they stopped him. Sefton, good to have you, my friend. Thank you for all of you for tuning in. If you haven't already, Give the video a like. Hit subscribe. Thanks for jumping into the comments. Let's run through the card. 47 for McVeigh. 8 rebounds, 3 assists. Wardenberg, the big skip, 16 points, 10 rebounds, 8 assists. So close to a triple-double. That's good numbers from him a week back from injury. 7 points for Mojave King, 2 rebounds, 2 assists. 15 points, Marcus Lee, 4 rebounds, 1 assist. Mort Mag, 6, 4, and 2. Admiral Schofield, 4, 4, and 1. Didn't get a lot of minutes. Only 14 minutes for Big Admiral. Considering he's getting a lot of early boards. Thanks, Zay. New Zealand, 24 points for Menenga. He led the way, 8 rebounds, 5 assists. Brockington, 17, 3, and 3. Parker Jackson Cartwright, 12, 2, and 11, so double-double for him. Rob Baker, 11, 2, and 0. Ruben Tarangi, 7, 3, and 7. They're good numbers. Cullen Davison, 10, 2, and 3. No, 10, 3, and 0, sorry. So good numbers all in all. Ty Webster, again, didn't get a lot of minutes. 7 points, 2 rebounds, 1 assist. Menenga we went through. Kareem Lopez, 7 points, 3 rebounds. And that's about it for the tail of the tape, guys. $40 profit from your $50 bet. Didn't need to watch the first 3 quarters. Just the last one. Thanks, Paul. Good to have you here, man. As I said, 4 games over the weekend. Unlikely we'll be covering any of them, but stay tuned to the channel. If you hit subscribe and hit the bell, you'll know if we make a last-minute change on that. We'll be back on Monday night for the Bullets and the Breakers. I'm going to sit myself through that team again, but that's what we do. Stay tuned to the channel. Hit subscribe, all that stuff. Thanks again, guys. Have a wonderful night, day, wherever you are. Merry Christmas. Happy New Year. See you again soon.